In this video, I'm going to be comparing ClosersCopy versus Jarvis using Grammarly Premium, an AI grammar checker, and plagiarism detector to test the content of each writer and give the output a score. I'm Vince from the Digital Nomad Institute, and let's get started. Alright, so the first up is ClosersCopy. Let me talk about the user interface real quick. You basically have to create a file or project name. Let me go new project, and then you would have to type in a name. I'm going to go ahead and click on test. All right, and give it a description. It's basically like a kind of basket or folder that you can put all your work in. And you would open it up and create a document within that folder. Name it. Go test folder 1. Give it a description if you want to. And then from here, you can open it up and you can then select the templates. So it's very similar to how Jasper AI has it set up. You would click, oops, let me go back real quick. You would click on the left hand side to access a template, and then the right hand side will be the input. So if you want long form, all right, you would click the long form template here, and then you can go ahead and add context and click on write for me. The same is true for frameworks, right? This is basically, framework is another way of saying templates, AI templates. Okay, it's a bit confusing, but they call it framework. Maybe it's a copyright issue, who knows? All right, and they have the AIDA ads. They have the BAB format, all right, before after bridge. They have the pass. They also have pass. Sorry, is problem agitate solve. It's also another marketing template. Then they have Google Ads. They have a blog outline. They have titles, blog introductions, conclusions. Let's see, bullet points, a paragraph. Okay, paragraph, 2 bullet points, which is kind of interesting that they can do it both ways. They have the title, lead in, big idea, answer, read on. They have many other things. Let me see. Let's go down. Okay, then they also have call to actions. They have quite a bit of different frameworks or AI templates. But the thing is, and the good thing about ClosersCopy is that they're constantly adding onto this. So every time I check back in, they're always adding something into this and always improving. When I first started, it maybe had like, I don't know, 5 or 10 of these. And then now, as you can see, there's so many. They have a hook. They have a whole bunch of different things. So you can go ahead and try them out. But in order to be fair, I'm going to be using the format that the template that both softwares have, so you can compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Let me go with blog introduction. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, open it, and I'm going to say something like reasons to live on a sailboat. Okay, and I'm going to copy this so I can add it into the next AI software. So that's going to be my introduction. I'm going to have the creativity set at 73, and I'm going to click on write for me. And then while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and explain Jasper. So Jasper's dashboard right away is basically introduction. So you have a boot camp, getting started video, and then you have a community that you can join. All right, and then they have some encouragement to help you share whatever they, share this with friends so you can get 10K credits. The most important thing though is the templates here. You go ahead and click that, and this is where all the AI templates are for your documents. It's a bit more organized in my opinion because I like to see everything right in front of me. And then let's go into, as you can see, this is some of the things that they have. Long form assistant. They also have AIDA, pass, framework. They have a content improver, which I'll talk about later. They have a creative story, which is interesting. It basically generates a plot line for you. Then they have blog post topic ideas, blog post outline, blog post intro paragraph, blog post conclusion paragraph. Then they have a rephrase text to make it easier to read and understand. Sentence expander. They have Facebook stuff, Google ads, Amazon descriptions, marketing angles, and then the same YouTube stuff, some email, and they have a little bit different things like core answer, text summarizer, engaging questions. All right, so in order to test short form output, I'm going to go with blog post intro paragraph, so that way we can compare the short form answers. All right, so I'm going to click on the same thing. Reasons to live on a sailboat. Audience would be, I don't know, maybe general. All right, audience. Tone of voice is casual. And then I'm going to go ahead and generate AI content. So while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to go back into the ClosersCopy and check out what it has for me. So when it comes to blog introduction, it gives me several options right here to choose from, which this is what I like. I get to kind of like control the content without having to write it. Some people don't like it. Some people just like they prefer the AI to choose everything. I kind of like to have some kind of control over it. So let me read the first one. There are many reasons why people choose to live on their boat, from living off grid to avoiding the hustle and bustle of big city life. There are numerous reasons why we love boating. Read more about it in this blog. All right, that sounds pretty good. So I'm going to pick this one, and click on this add sign, and it adds it into here. Okay, so this would be the input. This is the output, and you get to choose what you like. Now let me go with Jasper and see what it has. All right. Oh, by accident I put two outputs. I really should have put one, but I'm gonna maybe pick the second one. Okay. There are plenty of reasons to live on a sailboat. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want. There's no need to worry about packing and unpacking, since your home is with you at all times. You get to experience the world in a different way than most people, and there's just something special about sailing under the sun or stars. If these reasons sound appealing to you, then living on a sailboat might be right for you. All right, that sounds really good. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Now, before we begin, I'm going to put the output, the output for the blog intro into Grammarly and give it a score. That way you can kind of get an objective feel for it, right? Since it's a robot program grading it. So it gave it overall score 79 for Closers content. For ClosersCopy, right? It gave it a 79 overall. It gave 3 alert messages, right, for correctness. Clarity, it rated very clear. Engagement is very engaging, and delivery is just right. So please remember these scores: 79 and 3 mistakes. And the most important factor is plagiarism. Let's go ahead and check that real quick. And for ClosersCopy, you have a 22% match of this source right here, which means you have about a, 78% unique. Okay, 78% unique. So, all right, then that's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see how Jasper does. I'm going to go ahead and copy this section here. I'm going to start a new one, and then I'm going to put it into Grammarly Premium. Okay, wait for the results and see how Grammarly grades Jasper. Jasper gets a 98 overall score, only one error, very clear, very engaging, and just right. And let's check for plagiarism. Give it a sec. You have an 11% match, so You got maybe a 89, right? 89% unique. So it's higher, right? That's so overall the content for the short form in this one example seems to favor Jasper, and I can tell you from personal experience of using both software, because I have both softwares, is that Jasper's output is a lot better. But I wanted to put numbers to this and use a third party um, software and use Grammarly Premium so that you can get an idea of the numbers of what the output is like. So short form content will go to Jasper. Next, let's go into long form content. So with long form content, let me go back to this long form content. Let me go ahead and delete this. Let me go to framework. Let me close this out and go back. All right, I'm going to go ahead and create a pass framework. All right, so this is quite often used in marketing. It's you describe a problem and then you agitate and then you offer a solution. It's commonly used in a lot of marketing materials, so let's go ahead and use this as a long form and see how it does. So for this one, I'm going to put a description. Let's see. Digital. Let's go with fasting helps men lose weight quickly. Fast. All right, fast. There we go. All right, so that's going to be the long form topic. I'm just going to click on Write for Me, and then I'm going to go ahead into Jasper, click on the templates, go to their pass framework, and do the same thing. Oops. Fasting. And then convincing, generate content. All right, so let me go back to ClosersCopy and see what I have. So down below you have several options to choose from. I think it's like 5 by default. And what I got right now for the first option is fasting helps men lose weight fast. Men are genetically designed to be lazy. We're so used to eating and drinking whatever we want, we don't often realize that we're missing what we're missing. But when we go on a short fast, our metabolism starts working overtime. This is when our bodies start burning calories at an incredible rate, helping us lose weight fast. And because we don't get hungry while we're fasting, we have time to exercise too. As a result, we feel more energized than ever before. It's okay. Let me see the next one. You want to lose weight quickly, but the diet you are on doesn't seem to be working. No one wants to put up with hunger pranks and cranky mood swings, but that's what most diets are like. And when it's over, you'll be feeling hungry, bloated, and unhappy. We're opening up our personal fasting diet file inside. Okay, so that's a bit too specific. Okay, men need to lose weight to look great. They also need to do it fast. Men are constantly on the go, while so many other things to do. They really have time to diet properly. Fasting can help them lose weight quickly and easily. This is because men's metabolism runs faster than women's, so fasting can actually speed up their weight loss. All right, I like this option the best. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And then for Jasper, let's see. Most men want to lose weight but don't have the time or patience to follow a strict diet and workout plan. Agitate. If you, like most men, you want to lose weight as fast as possible without having to starve yourself or spend hours in the gym. Solution: fasting is a perfect solution. By Fasting for 16 to 24 hours per day, you can burn up to 500 calories more than if you were eating normally. And since fasting helps your body burn fat for energy, you'll start losing weight fast without ever feeling hungry or deprived. Oh, that sounds really good. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. All right, so in this case, let's start with ClosersCopy first. I'm gonna copy this and input it into the Grammarly Premium to give it a score, and let's see how it does for longer form content. Okay, 87 overall score. Correctness looks pretty good. Clarity is a bit unclear. It got docked a lot of points for that. Engagement is a bit bland, and delivery is just right. Now let's check plagiarism. And it looks like 100% original. So at least this time it's 100% unique. Now let me go back and create a new one for Jasper. Let me copy this, enter it in here, and let Grammarly Premium give it a score. All right. This one got a very similar score, 87. Correctness, one alert. Clarity is also a bit unclear. Very engagement and just right. So maybe this might be slightly better, but it's, yeah, maybe slightly better. But overall, if you compare the two, let's see, 87 versus 87. Maybe engagement took a hit here versus the other one. What about plagiarism? Let's see how unique it is. Oops. Not this one. Okay. Let's check out the plagiarisms. And it has 12% plagiarism, so you're looking at maybe 90, oops, sorry, 88, yeah, 88% unique. That's interesting. So even though it's a bit more engaging, it's less unique, and ClosersCopy was 100% unique according to Grammarly, but it was less engaging. So I think it's maybe about a fair, maybe it's equal when it comes down to this long form content, the pass. Okay, so that's the comparison of the two when it comes to pass framework or longer form content. Now let's go into some of the special features of each. Okay, so ClosersCopy has a very unique feature called Compete, and it's like a search engine, but it x-rays the article, your competition's articles, and analyzes it for keywords and questions and facts. It's quite interesting. So let's say if I wanted to type in fasting for men, it's going to go ahead and scour the internet for the top ranking articles, and then it's going to give me an x-ray report of what keywords they use, what heading and subheadings they use, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of reverse engineer their success. And I think this is quite useful when it comes down to creating content to rank in the search results. This is actually something I wish other AI tools had incorporated into. I wish Jasper definitely had this, but it is what it is. So let me wait for it to load. Okay, so it's done loading, and as you can see, it gives you, the main heading here, 3 types of intermittent fasting. It gives you the main article here, how many words it has, how many paragraphs, how many sentences, and then it shows you the source. same with this one. So these are the top ranking top ranking articles for this search term, and it gives you X-ray vision. Right, so you see the noun of words, you see the main title right here, and then you see the subtitles here. And what you can do is you can go ahead and click this rewrite. Okay, so it's not ready yet, but you can go ahead and add headline, right? And it pops it in here, and you can basically take these, add it into your, mix it into your article, right? You don't have to take all of it from one. You can take a few from here, a few from here, and then now you can go ahead and create your own new article with elements of what's working, right? So alternate day fasting, which is sometimes referred to as intermittent fasting or time restricted eating, TRE, is a diet that limits the amount of food you eat in a 24-hour period. In theory, alternate day fasting is an effective way to lose weight and improve health. In practice, it's hard to maintain. All right, so you can go ahead and continue the next one and so on and so forth. So that's a very, very special feature, which I like. It's very helpful. And then you also have questions, right? So you have, if there's any questions within these articles, it extracts it for you, and you can also add it in, or you can have it rewritten, or sorry, answered, right? So you have the question that you added in here, and then it's going to write the answer for you. Boom. Oops. Let me delete this. All right. And that's also another cool thing that it can do. So I really like this feature. Like I said, it's special to ClosersCopy, and it's good for creating optimized content for the search engines. Now, let me move on to the next special feature. The next special feature isn't so much exclusive to ClosersCopy because a lot of other ones have it, but it's kind of unique. I want to add it in because of how much you can highlight. So let me go ahead and click this, and then let me right click it. You can do the rewrite, summarize, or improve, or expand. But look how much you can highlight before you click on rewrite, right? So let me wait for the timer to go all the way down. What you'll find with a lot of these AI rewriters is they'll only give you maybe 2 sentences to be able to rewrite, and then you have a whole bunch of options here too, right? At the end of the day, that's quite unique to ClosersCopy, which I really like and I find very functional. All right, so those are the 2 key features I just want to point out for ClosersCopy, which is quite amazing. All right, let's move on to Jasper and what Jasper has to offer. All right, Jasper's special features, which I really like, is the content improver. It's very similar to the rewriter, but you can add whatever content you like. I'm going to go ahead and add this content here so you can see clearly the improvement. All right, so I'm going to copy this. You can see the score here. It's 87, right, with 12% plagiarism. I'm going to check it into here. Boom. And then I'm going to have this content improver actually improve the content. And what it's going to do is it's going to rewrite it, and most of the time it's going to make it more unique, have it more readable, and increase the clarity, engagement, and delivery. But I want it to show you firsthand and objectively. So let's wait for this, and I'll go ahead and use this one. Okay, so you have 87% overall with 12% plagiarism. Please remember that. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter in the improved content. Okay, well, I guess in this case it didn't quite work out. It's a lower overall score, and it has 7 more alerts. I guess it's hit or miss, but most of the time when I do use this, let's try this one here. See how this one goes. Okay, let's check plagiarism. Okay, so this is more unique. Clarity is a bit the same. correctness has maybe one more error, but it has more engagement, and the overall score is about the same. So as you can see, it did improve the content slightly. Okay, so this does work, but sometimes it's hit or miss. All right, so you do have to check it. It is a tool. So that's one thing I do like about Jasper is the content improver. And then next feature that I would like to, at least special feature I think is quite interesting is the Quora answers. So what you can do is you can take a question. Let me see. Okay, you can just take any kind of Quora question, copy it, go back to the Quora answers, plop it in here, add any kind of information you want to add in here. I'm just going to leave it blank, and then go ahead and generate AI content. Wait for it to generate everything, and then you can go ahead and copy this and paste it back into Quora. So the question was, what's the most disturbing fact about Russia that most people don't know? And in the answer, there are a lot of disturbing facts about Russia that people don't know, but one of the most disturbing is the way the Russian government often uses propaganda to control the population. For example, in 2011, Russia passed a law that required all internet providers to install equipment that would allow the government to track and censor internet communications. And in recent years, Putin has become increasingly aggressive in his efforts to clamp down on free speech and independent media. This kind of censorship and control of the population can have a devastating effect on democracy and human rights, and it's something that people in other countries should be aware of. All right, that sounds perfectly readable, and it's a very well thought out question. Let me go ahead and copy this and put a number or a score to the answer, just so you can see how well it's written. Let me just delete this real quick. Okay. And let's wait for the score. Overall score is 93. That's quite good. It has one alert, very clear, engaging, and delivery is a little bit off. It also has 7% plagiarism, so most of it is unique. And you can see that by doing it this way, you can answer a whole bunch of Quora questions with just a few clicks. So I think that's a very, very, very powerful feature when it comes down to Jasper. Now let me give you an overall assessment towards the end and a quick table so you can quickly understand how the two compare to each other. So when it comes down to user interface, I have to say I like Jarvis's user interface better than ClosersCopy because just too many steps just to get to the meat. Right? With Jarvis, you just have to click on templates, and then you'll basically be able to select whatever template you need. With ClosersCopy, you have to create a file name, then create a document name, and then you select whatever it is you need, and it's a bit more, too many extra steps for me. When it comes down to short form output, judging by Grammarly Premium's numbers, Jarvis is the clear winner. When it comes to long form output, it's actually kind of a tie, but I think Jarvis is a little bit better than ClosersCopy. It's very, very close, depending on the topic, but I think overall Jarvis does a better job. But when it comes to price, hands down, ClosersCopy is way better because it's one of the few AI writing software that has has no restrictions when it comes to when you buy it. With Jarvis, you don't really buy it. You're just purchasing credits and you're renting the software every single month. And even then, you pay $60 a month and you get credits. You don't get to use it unlimited. And there's very, very heavy restrictions with Jarvis, which I find it not very user friendly, even with the free program. With ClosersCopy, if you use the lifetime purchase, which I'll leave a link in the description below, you own it, right? So whatever upgrades come with it, you get. You don't have to keep paying for upgrades or doodads or upsells or downsells. And on top of it, there's no credit system. You can publish as many as you want. The only thing is that apples to apple, Jarvis's output is a lot better. But if you don't need that level of quality, and instead of like a 96 quality score from Grammarly Premium, you might get like an 80. If that's acceptable for you, then why spend $60 a month forever when you can just buy this one time and be good for life? And finally, the special features. I like ClosersCopy's uh, compete search engine. That's quite useful, but I find that core answers and the content improver is just a little bit more useful when it comes to special features. So overall, who are these AIs for? All right, well, the Jarvis is for those who just need the best written content that money can buy from an AI. That's the short. So if the short answer, if you want the best, the clearest written document, the most humanly written, AI content, then it's Jarvis. If you want something, if you're okay with a little bit reduced quality in output, but you make up for it in numbers, right? Because you can publish as many as you want, whenever you want, however you want, without any restrictions, then ClosersCopy is for you because as of right now, they have a lifetime purchase where you buy it once and you own it for life. Versus Jarvis, you're just renting it. So, the price can go up $70, $80, $90 in the future. You never really know. And in my opinion, this is kind of like a limited use case. Unless you really need the best of the best and your life and bread and butter depends on your written content, then I think ClosersCopy is good for most normal people because nobody really needs this level of written content. No, sorry, I would say nobody, but not many people need this level of written content. Plus, I think the X-ray feature really helps to optimize the ClosersCopy content, and I like the fact that the rewrite function on ClosersCopy it's very large. You can highlight almost like a paragraph or sometimes two paragraphs and have it rewritten versus Jarvis or other AIs. You can only highlight a very limited section for it to be improved. But that might change in the future. Personally, I have both. I use both, but I use both for different circumstances. When I don't need high quality and I just need sheer numbers, I use ClosersCopy, all right? And when I need something specific, like laser focus, high quality, then I use Jarvis. But the high price is what really prohibits me from adopting this 100%. Because you would essentially, the question you would have to answer at the end of the day is, can you make this worth more than $60 a month? Right? If the answer is yes, then then go ahead and sign up. But in most cases, people are going to say $60 a month is quite a lot. Versus, I think this is like $29 or $30 for unlimited use, right? Oh, sorry, this is about 200 something. I have to check the price, right? But you can buy this one time and be done. So value for money, I think ClosersCopy wins in that regard. But when it comes to just sheer the quality alone, Jarvis wins in that regard. So I hope this is clear. I wanted to make that distinction very clear for those of you who are wondering whether you should get one or the other. I personally, if I had to start with any kind of AI, I would go with ClosersCopy because, let's face it, $60 a month is a lot. You already have a phone bill. You have to pay car insurance, health insurance, taxes, so on and so forth, right? And nobody wants to add another monthly, weight, another monthly fee to what they have to pay out of their salary. I don't think this is justified. I think the price right now is too high. They need to knock it down a few notches to make it competitive. So if you're looking for a starter AI to kind of like an AI that does everything okay, a jack of all trades, a master of none, but one-time fee, ClosersCopy is for you. If you want a specialist that does, writing really, really well, almost human-like, but you still have to check it out, but you're going to have to pay for the high monthly fee for it, then Jarvis is for you. All right, so I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, could you please hit that like button? As well as I just want to announce that I have a small channel YouTube mastery course that shows you how to grow your small channel, get paid without monetization, and create content using AI tools semi-automatically so you can increase your workflow and productivity. And I also have a 1-year case study in there. If you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check out the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.